Rachel told me, and she might be able to confirm this, that Diana, her mum, said that she was a big fan of the show. So it was a no-brainer to write her in as Rachel's mum.
We're filming our first scene together today, and it came about because Mackenzie we didn't have any scenes together in the last series. Mackenzie after series 1 rang me and said he was writing another, and he told me the storyline, and he said, explained that there was the character of my mother, blah, blah. And my ma had absolutely loved Detectorists. I mean, she'd watched the episodes more than once, I think. It was ring pulls through the ages that really made her howl, I remember, in series 1. And I said to her, well, I think Mackenzie's written the character of my mother, the character of my mother in this second series. What shall I ask him? And so I can't remember which phone call happened which way round, but then eventually I said to Mackenzie, who would never, because he's too gentle and modest, say, will you ring your mum and see? I said, Mac, I spoke to my mum, and what about her? And Mackenzie said, oh, that's such a good idea. His wife had already suggested it, and he was thrilled, and so the deal was done.
My name is Diana Rigg, and I'm playing Veronica, who is the mother of Rebecca. Make sure you put your things back in the cupboard so I don't fall over them again.
Yeah, doing that now.
Well, I've only actually done a couple of scenes with her. I mean, I only arrived yesterday, and I haven't spoken to her on set. I mean, yes, I've spoken to her on set, but not in the show, so I can't tell you. But I mean, it'll be easy peasy, because Rachel and I have done a couple of things before together. It's lovely because it makes life easy. You know each other, and the intimacy that exists between a mother and a daughter, we don't have to play it because it's naturally there.
It was just joyous. It's so gentle. This is not what you call the most taxing. So it's a kind of lovely, gentle thing to do together. Yeah. Do you want a glass of wine?
Oh, yes, please.
I'll bring one out. What story should we read? There was a scene in episode 2 where Becky and Andy go out for dinner, and she posits the idea of going to Botswana. And I say to him, I don't get to see enough of Stan as a major reason for them leaving and her quitting her job. And I realise now that if I was in that situation whereby I was the breadwinner and I wasn't getting to see my bub, every day properly, I would say that line and burst into tears. I didn't know that then. I've been really sort of tossing and turning, thinking, no, because it was not quite believable. I get it now. If I was away all day and coming back to my husband, I mean, I've sort of had a dose of it on this, because my husband's with Jack now, and they come out for lunchtime and stuff, and that's great. But if it was a daily ritual whereby every single day I missed out on him smiling for the first time and, sitting up for the first time, and not that he's managed that yet, but you would just collapse. I should have played that scene, and she should have been a teary, snotty mess, and I regret that. I guess I didn't do my research.
Well, being a grandparent, anybody who's been a grandparent for the first time, it's absolutely wonderful. And Guy said to me today he thought he saw me in Jack the other morning, which is a tiny bit premature since he's only sort of a few months old. Where have you been today? Metal detecting?
Yep.
Find anything?
Nah. She's just brilliant. She's, so easy to work with. Cause she's such a professional. She's been doing it for so long. She knows her job.
Oh, it's totally different. I mean, Game of Thrones, as you know, and anybody watched it, I mean, it builds its own sets. And here we are in a housing estate using what there is. I mean, that defines the difference. I just love working, and I'm dead lucky to be working as much as I am.